you'll be starting second in this afternoon's race. Obviously, a very favorable position for you, starting on the front row. Tell us your thoughts on what this does to you mentally going into a race, knowing that it's very wet conditions.
Yeah, it's definitely good to start at the front. You know, especially if it starts wet, because it's obviously very difficult to see if you're back in the pack. You know, I think it'll be a kind of mixed up race because it's going to start probably wet and then dry up. So there'll be some different strategies there. And, yeah, it's not much to talk of. I did one lap. You know, I think Juan had more to say if he did a whole session there. But yeah, happy to start on the front row.
Juan, you were in that first session. This is also a very familiar spot with you as a similar situation occurred in New Orleans. What's that? How does that help you throughout the weekend, knowing that you're going to have the top spot in a race with limited visibility?
It's what it is, you know. I mean, I felt like we had a really good car in that session. Dixon got in the way twice, and you guys didn't do anything about it, so I was kind of surprised. By the way, and we came in because I was behind him. I couldn't pass him. We decided to pit and make a change, and when we went back out, you know, we were leading at the time. We were P1, even in traffic, and we came in, made a change. When we went out, we got a red flag, so we could improve our time again. But I mean, I think visibility is big for the race, but at the same time, when you're leading, you're the guinea pig. So that's what it is.
Questions from the media? Yes, Bruce.
Are you confident that the track will be able to drain water well enough that it won't be delayed or moved tomorrow morning?
Yeah, well, looking at the weather, it looks like that will be the case. You know, even if the rain just gets a bit lighter, as you saw, there was no problem during the session. It's just, you know, when we went out, the rain got a little bit heavier, and you know, it started to have a sheet of water on the track. So, yeah, if the radar is accurate, we should be able to get there.
How much water has to be on the track before
how much there was in our session was getting to the point where you couldn't be wide open on the straights, and that's when it becomes a problem.
For me, it was the same. You know, when he said in the first few laps of practice, qualifying was really hard to hold it wide open on the straight. But as enough cars run, it clears out and it gets okay. But I mean, if you look at the radar, it's supposed to clear in the next 2 hours or 3. So, you know, we're gonna have a wet start. The question we go back to again. You know, when do you put dries on?
Tim and then Greg.
Yeah, for both of you guys, it's a little bit of a bummer though. The momentum you guys, I mean, the series seem to have coming out of Indy to have a kind of weekend like this where it's kind of start and stop, so to speak.
Not really. I think it's what it is. You know, you can't control the conditions. I think IndyCar did a really good effort today to try to put that qualifying in, and they could have simply just canceled it with the conditions as bad as they want. But you know, sometimes you're better off, you know, taking the high road, just cancel it, and you know, I mean, don't piss anybody off. You know, it's hard because a lot of the biggest concern for the team for people in that second session was if you crash the car, are you gonna get the car ready in time for the race? That was a big concern.
To what extent does the bumpiness make the wetness worse?
None.
Yeah, the cars are higher and softer.
Bruce?
When you're driving in a rain race and you're getting all that spray back there, visibility's bad, but how soaked do you get in the car?
Yeah, you actually don't really get soaked. They air seems to go over you, so it's actually pretty good like that.
That's pretty wet. Actually, normally you don't, but my arms are soaked. My arms and chest, you know, it's because I was so close to Dixon. My arms, you know, normally it's like I said yesterday wasn't so bad. Today I'm actually wetter today than yesterday.
Mary?
Juan, you talked about being a guinea pig. If you're leading on a road course like this, with these cars, is it still possible for the driver behind to draft? You know, like
the draft is not so important. The wet is more important. How good can you put the power down out of the corner? You know what I mean? I think that makes a bigger difference than anything else.
So when you say guinea pig, are you referring to just when to switch to dry?
It's hard because the wet tires don't have a lot of grip, and we saw that yesterday. You know what I mean? The difference is massive. So.
Yeah, if you're leading, you're the first one there each time to understand how the track evolves and so on. And if you're behind, you get a good idea of where the other guy's weak and strong. So.
And the guys in the back, same thing as yesterday. They don't have anything to lose. You know, the guys that are not going for points, they can just it now, and we might get a caution, or we might, you know what I mean? There's a lot of mites that people are going for the championship. So for us, you know, you gotta, be aggressive, but you gotta be smart about it, because the last thing you need to do is throw it away, you know?
Question over here from Mike.
Either you guys actually like driving in the rain? There's a lot of guys that say they do.
Yeah, I do actually. It's fun. It's fun, yeah. I do it.
Likewise. Yeah, it's okay, you know what I mean?
Any other questions?
That's it.
Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you.